Hello everyone, and welcome to this Thanksgiving episode of Cooking with the Saints. Today I have a special guest with me, Marietta Bernot, which I'll introduce in just a moment. This is a time of year in which we are aware of how we have received so much from God and want to share that with others. And one great way we do that is through the St. Vincent de Paul Society, realizing our material blessings have their source in God as well as a fruit of our labor, but so many of the things that go into creating a comfortable life, if you will, are given to us by God. Our intelligence, our place in society, living in this country, having opportunity, so many factors that come together that we really have nothing to do with, and we receive all as a gift. Mindful of that, we want to share what we have with those who are less fortunate. And so I'd like to introduce you to Marietta Bernot, who's the head of our St. Vincent de Paul Society. And Marietta, just briefly, what would you say how we can participate in the good works of St. Vincent de Paul?
Well, I think first, Father, I've got to, in a season of gratitude, I've got to thank you and all the parishioners at the Basilica who donate to St. Vincent de Paul and join us and support us spiritually. So it is definitely a season of gratitude, but we are so grateful for you. Father, you're going to be making this wonderful dessert, and when I leave here, I'm going to deliver a check to prevent the eviction of a family today. The sheriff is coming today. So when I leave you, I will be going to prevent an eviction, and that's made possible by the donations of our parishioners here at the Basilica. So this is a very precise example of the work we do and how we use the money that are given to us. So,
well, and very concrete, Marietta, that you're in touch with the need out there that we can too often be isolated from or not know what to do or how to help.
That's right.
And so we're so grateful for your volunteers. I know you're always looking for more.
Yes.
To go out and meet with people in their homes and focus really on keeping them in their home or apartment and keeping the utilities on.
Yes, Father, that's exactly right. And it's not always as extreme as an eviction. Often it's just writing a check to pay somebody's gas bill or electric bill, but it all matters. It keeps people comfortable. It enables them to focus on earning a living or on their families instead of worrying about, am I going to have a home tomorrow? So
things we take for granted, many of us. Exactly. Thank you, Marietta.
Like your
well, this is, do you like this? You can't find this at Macy's, but St. Vincent de Paul, help us help others.
Yes, that's the essence.
Thank you, Marietta.
Thank you, Father.
Thanks so much. Now, our first recipe today is going to be something called candy cookies, and super simple. It's really semi-homemade. You'll start with 20 graham crackers that have been pulverized. You can use a food processor for that. Then we're going to use 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. This is 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. I'm going to go in there. We're going to put in, the recipe calls for 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, but we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And our last ingredient is a bag of chocolate chips. And again, this is a simple recipe that the children can be involved with. It doesn't even really need a mixer. Now we're just going to pour this onto our cookie sheet that's been lined with aluminum foil. Now we're just going to pop it in the oven for 35 minutes at 350. Okay, so now we're going to just flip our bars onto our cutting board. And then we can remove the pan. And we just peel off the foil. Okay. And then we're just going to cut these into bars. So we'll just cut down a line. Another childhood favorite cookie recipe are coconut gumdrop cookies. And we're going to begin by creaming shortening and sugar in a large bowl with the electric mixer until it's light and fluffy. We have our white sugar and our brown sugar. And now we're going to add 2 eggs, one at a time. We're going to stir in the vanilla. Then in a separate bowl, we're going to combine our flour, our baking soda, our baking powder, and our salt. So we're just going to combine this. And then we're going to gradually add this into our creamed mixture until combined. And now we're going to stir in our oats, our coconut, and our pecans. Now I'm just going to stir in our gumdrops that have been chopped. Okay, I'm just going to turn it off, and we can do another little stir by hand. So now we're going to take our dough and just get a good scoop. And we're just going to roll these into balls. And put them onto our sheet. Okay, and so we're doing is we'll take a fork and we're going to go once this way and once that way, make a little impression. It doesn't have to be super pronounced. And now we're going to put them into a preheated oven at 375 for 8 to 10 minutes. So wishing your family a happy Thanksgiving, and as we know, we're thanking God for all the many good gifts we've received, faith, family, friends, so many things that we take for granted. And it's a time for us to consider sharing with the less fortunate. St. Vincent de Paul Society, either joining as a member yourself or contributing toward those who want to stay in their apartments and are having difficulty paying rent or keeping their utilities on in the winter ahead. Whatever you can do is greatly appreciated. There's so many ways I know that you share the gifts you've received with others. May God continue to bless you and your family. Happy Thanksgiving.